Hello all, it's me, Andy, from Blitz Gaming. Hope you're having a great day and getting ready for the weekend. Today's video, new motherboard, Gigabyte Aorus board, a B560M Aorus Pro. Now this does come in special flavours, I think 4 different flavours, and there is 4 tiers to this as well. I think we get the Aorus Pro, the Extreme, the Master and Elite. Yeah, depends how much you want to pay. I give you more functions, but it can go up quite a lot. Again, depends how much you want to spend. Let's take a quick look at the board and what it comes with. Sorry about the sticker on the front, nothing to do with me, that was Amazon for you. We have a manual, can't complain at the day. I'm getting bored of getting motherboards without no manual. We have an M2 standoff. We have an M2 screw. We have another M2 screw. Okay, Gigabyte obviously don't care about wasting packages. One and all in one package is beyond me. 2 SATA cables, one with a 90 degrees or L bracket in black. One CD-ROM for drivers, frisbees as I call them. One multilingual installation guide, which is how to install a CPU, how to install a graphics card, a memory, power supply, hard drive, even a DVD drive. Now we are going back in time now. The 8-pin and 24-pin power supply, as well as the on and off switches. No, not bad really. I don't know, but you need a manual for the BIOS settings in other stuff. We have something in, I think that's French or Dutch. Basically it shows you the motherboard picture of items at the end of the day. It probably is in English as well, but there we go. Let's put that out of the way. Over there. She's heavy, at the end of the day, can't complain. How can you see it so well? There she is. Can't complain, it's a nice board, it's in black. The back plate or IO shield was also in black. So that's a bonus. It's got a nice chunky thermal. Now you've got an Aorus digital, I think that lights up there, and they may have got their logo, the Aorus logo also probably lights up as well. Can't be for sure about actually turning it on. Now I will do thermals benchmarks in this video. Yeah, I'm going to change it from now on. When we do a mobile review, we will do thermals at the same time. So let's see what it's got. It's in black PCB, so it's all black, so can't complain really that badly. So up the top on the IO back plate we have USB, PS2, USB times 4 again, so that's 6 USB version 2s, display port, HDMI port, USB 3.2, generation 2, underneath that is a USB-C, so I can't complain at all. 2.5 gig LAN, so now we're getting some speed now. Okay, 10 gig would be better, can't complain, but I'd say I don't remember seeing any balls today with 10. There is, well, so you can get them, They certainly don't come as standard 10 gig LAN. So underneath that we have two more USB 3.2s generation 1. So you've got two generation 1s and one generation 3.2. The first USB on the left hand side, which is also the BIOS flash. So we have got a BIOS flash on this board. And then we've got lots of speaker outputs. We have the C-sub, rear, side, microphone, line out and line in. I don't know, so basically the full Monty really if you want to go that way. Then we have audio. We have a Thunderbolt header. We can't complain with that. Thunderbolt header. But you ain't got a Thunderbolt in the back. But Thunderbolt header, so that means you've got to go and get the attachment if you want one. Yeah, Thunderbolt fast. Communication port. Then we have the BIOS reset button. Then we have the BIOS jumper. And next to them we have two RGB LEDs. One's addressable here. I think the one on the right is the addressable one. The one on the left is the standard RGB. Then we got USB 2 times 2 headers. Then we have the TPM. You need a TPM for Windows 11. Well, the header, you don't need the module, which comes to make me say, will the next batch of motherboards next year maybe, or the year after that, have the module as standard. I mean, they're not that dear. I mean, they're only talking about £7 to £10. I mean, I don't know why they don't fit it as standard. Next to that, we have system fan. Then going along one, we have the F panel, the front panel. So we're talking on and off switch, reset switch, system lights, HD lights, speakers. Now when I say speaker, I'm on about the bleep bleep speaker, not sound speaker, or music speaker, I should say. Next to that, we have six SATA ports facing outwards, not upwards, outwards, which is good. I prefer them to go outwards instead of facing up. Well, it says that. In some cases, a lot of times a bit of a mix actually, to be honest with you. Next to that, we have USB-C header. So we've got one on the back, USB-C, and then we've got a USB-C header on the motherboard. Then we have a USB 3.2 header. Then we have another system fan, 24-pin power supply, and on the top corner we have more LEDs. This time, it's not pretty which one's which. One's got to be a LED. It says LED version 2s. So I've got two there, and two at the bottom. So you've got looks like the same. One's a 4-pin, and one's a 3-pin. So I've got 3-pin there, 3-pin there, and a 4-pin and a 4-pin. So bit of both. Then we've got the 4 DIMM sockets, what supports 4,800 plus megahertz of memory. The CPU fan header. Then we go up to there, we've got the Dr. Moss thermals. We have the 8-pin power supply for the CPU. Then we have another system fan. And we've got another system fan there in the middle of the board. So that makes 1, 2, 3, 4. Including the CPU fan, we've got 5. So we've got 5 fan headers. So can't complain really there. And obviously some of the fan headers got one here, CPU fan option. You can use it as a pump header. So can't complain. So we got, let me turn it around, if you can see there, we got M2 socket with a heatsink. Closest to the CPU is version 4, PCI Express version 4. So we've got full speed at the end of the day, and the one underneath it, which doesn't have the heatsink, comes with PCI Express version 3. Now I wish I actually give you 2 heatsinks, just so that if you had 2 M2s in there, they'll match it up. Now I'm not saying you don't, obviously it's not going to get hot, but it's just for looks really. You just easily match it up, be nice. But you can get black heatsinks for M2s. I think they're about £8, I think. Now some M2s, some good M2s will come with a heatsink regardless, and it's probably going to be black. So bonus there really. So the RGB, we got version RGB Fusion 2. Now it says we've got 2 addressables and 2 RGBs LEDs, which I said, so we've got 2, one of each, one in the corner here and one down the bottom. So we've got phase wise, it's a 12+1 phase design with a 50 amp Dr. Moss, so that's not bad really. 6 layer PCB. You can easily run R5s in here, no problem. You can easily run an i7. I wouldn't go as fast as i9. Now if you're going to go i9, then buy a bigger brother at the end of the day, or go to the Z series. Because I mean, if you want that sort of spec, you'd be wanting all the other bits and bobs that come with it really. So yeah, so it's got a Q flash button, which is on the board facing up. It's not on the side, it's on the board itself. Memory wise, it supports XMP up to 4800 plus, which I think I've already told you, but I'll tell you again. So yeah, it's a good board. It's got some nice heavy duty thermal solutions. And there is a, does tell you how much it dissipates, but can't say about looking it up. But I will put it up on the here in the video, and I should put the price up here in the video as well, so you can see. But yeah, it's a good board, and I like it. It looks nicer than the MSI. What was it called? Not the torpedo. It wasn't a torpedo, was it? Bazooka. MSI Bazooka. The MSI Bazooka was green, but the MSI Bazooka now has now gone down in price. You get it for about £90 now. Can't complain with £90. This, I can't remember the price, but as I say, I'll put it up in the corner, let you know, but it wasn't £90, it was a lot more than £90. So, but it wasn't silly money. I think for what it's got on here, what I paid for is good. Yeah, not that I'd ever use it at the end of the day, it's just one of those things. So it's got PCI Express x16 with, it's got like an armoured shield on it, and it's definitely got a silver shield. So yeah, so it's PCI Express 16 for your graphic card, PCI Express 1 and full length PCI Express 4. So basically you've got like an Elgato capture card, or any other capture card or sound card, you can put it in the bottom one, give you full speed. But I've got to admit, I think it's the first time I've seen a full length version. They're not usually that big. But there we are. There's the board. At the end of the day, it's nice, it's heavy, it's well built. Again, we also do some benchmarks in this video at the end for the thermals. Okay, I hope you enjoyed the video, and I will see you in the next one. That's me done, Andy out, and don't forget to subscribe. Okay, system spec, we got the RX600, 6600 and the RX550 when we're doing testing on Battlefield 2042. Otherwise everything else was run on the RX RX6600 through all these, so all temperatures, wattage is with the RX6600. Okay, 3D Mark Time Spy. We've got a good score. I think the temperatures are good, but don't forget we were using Cooler Masters 212 Black Edition CPU cooler. So the CPU temperatures are a lot further down than what they would be. If you remember, we did a test a little while ago. The CPU cooler would come in a box at 125 watts. We were going to 100C. Now I'm running this board on auto. I've not set it to 125 watts, but the auto is running the CPU over 100 watts. If you go by the score, we've still got a high score. At the end of the day, it's what we've done with the Gigabyte H510. So it's comparable to the H510 at the end of the day. So yeah, I mean, we got a good score. The graphic card, if I didn't mention, it's a Sapphire Pulse 6600. I mean, it is one quiet graphic card. Really, I mean, I think it's the quietest graphic card I've ever had, to be honest with you. Even with the fans going and the games playing, it is quiet. And with the Cooler Master CPU cooler, the system is quiet. But I can't complain now. So yeah, so there's the charts. If you want to pause them and have a look at them properly, go ahead. Now don't forget, I'm only using the demo part of the test where we've done the wattage and the temperatures, not the rest. So that's the only part of the test we're using to get our scores from. PCmark 10, we've got what, 6,431 as the main number. They're all on 8,000, 10,000 underneath. If you want to have a breakdown. I mean, it's a good test. It tests the whole of your system, hard drives, memory, speeds. If you're doing Microsoft Office, like Excel, Access, inject video in. It does a full test. I mean, if you want to buy a PC for office work, it's a good test to run. Now, I'll let you know the basic test is 30 minutes long. There is a shorter one, and there is even more longer one. But the 30 minutes test we run, and I thought that'd do. We got our wattage score from the first set of videos that came out. So when it first booted, I mean, yeah, like I said, it's a good all-round test. Okay, let's look at the chart. Don't forget, we are now using auto on this board, in not setting it to 125 watts. The reason being, as I said earlier, it's basically running the CPU out its maximum speed. And you can tell by the score, we have got the best score overall of all the boards we have done for the 11400F. Also, wattage is down from the MSI Bazooka board we done. I think it's down by about 35-40 watts, if I remember rightly. I've also included the VRM score. So the chipset is at 43C. This is after a 30-minute run, multi-threaded Cinebench run. So 36C for the top heatsink, and a big chunky heatsink on the left-hand side. We've got 40C. So it's pretty cool at the end of the day. I said it's got good scores, it's cool. It's a well-built board. It's the best board we've had out of two B560s. Okay, Battlefield 2042, we've included it, basically because we've got a copy and it's new. Just going for the settings as we're doing Battlefield 5 and the other Battlefield we play. Basically, we just changed the basic settings. We've got no ray tracing on, no DLS on, nothing really. Just changed the basic settings to low, medium, high, and so on, with no sync on. So we're on the RX550, running in 720p low settings. I mean, it runs okay on the graphic card. This is what we're all about at the end of the day. Does the game run It's new. I mean, there's a lot of bugs in it. Now, I think most people are moaning about the way it plays, not the way it runs. Now, it's certainly got no optimization wise. It's awful. Now I switched here now to high settings at 720p, and we're down to the 30s. 1% low. It's 29. I mean, it seemed okay. I mean, visually, it looks okay, but I did notice that it was a bit blurry. I know we're in 720p, but it weren't particularly sharp. Now we're in 1080p on low settings with the RX550 again. We're still in the 30 frame rate region. Still playing. The map's changed. I have no control of the map. Now, just to let you know, this is a single player co-op map. So everybody which was being shot at is a bot. They're not players. And I think it's like, on these maps, they're about, I don't know, 30 players, 15 each side, something like that. Where on the full-size map, it's 128 players. So it could be a lot worse than what I'm playing now. So now we've switched over to the RX6600. Still with the same processor. I mean, it looks alright. The frame rate's obviously gone way up. But it's still a bit crazy. It's not particularly... What I can't work out is that the 1% low, the 0.1% low has gone right down. Like, bizarre. I don't know why. We've got like a way faster graphic card. And suddenly the 0.1% low just drops. Now, but again, that may be because we've now changed map again, and it's just the way this map is. It's just odd. I don't know. I said I've no control of the maps. It just keeps switching from one map to the other. Again, if we had the campaign like we had in the others, we can get a consistent run. But we're not. We're playing on a multiplayer map, literally fighting bots. So now on medium settings, it's getting darker just to make things difficult. So the shadows will be changing. Again, frame rate will be different. I mean, what we got? Average 113, 1% low 77, and they've got real 1% lows really low. It's because the maps keep changing. We can't really make out, okay, what's the consistency across the board of the game. Now, I could go on an 128 player map, but problem is, you obviously want to run up to where all the action's going on, and you don't last long enough to actually get a decent frame count. You're literally dead in 10-15 seconds, so it's very hard to actually want to benchmark. Now we'll switch over to higher settings, again another map. As I said, can't control the maps. Again, there's no server list, just to let you know, where you can pick what map you want to go on. So as I said, it literally, we have no control, it just picks what map it's going to go on. And I don't even think there's a map. The map rotation seems to change. I've noticed where sometimes it you finish the game, and then it starts the same map again. So it just makes things even more awkward. So the frame rate wise, we're still pretty high. 1% low is now getting down to 66. The average is what, we're on 90 odd. So we're still not bad. I'm trying to find trying to record all the bits where all the action's going. It don't always happen.
Our troops are engaging at Charlie 1.
Now we're back to, we're now on the desert map again, and we're on ultra settings, still at 1080p. And yes, there's been a bit of a drop now. We're down to average 60 FPS, 1% lows down to 40s. Well, it's actually better than what it was. I mean, it was dropping quite a bit. Now, 20 frames is better than 50 frames on the 1% low. The 0.1% low is still going right down. But they're just obviously micro stars. I've not noticed throughout the game I've played any freezing at all. If it's any good to you, it's just obviously when you play, you just see me where I'll just blast that bloke with a cannon shot, and it's like completely missed him. I ain't really blowing anything up, to be honest with you. It's a bit bizarre. I mean, like I said in Battlefield 1, when people drop bombs on you, you're in trouble. And it don't seem to happen a lot on here. Just in case you want to know, and don't ask the question, am I going to benchmark this on the other CPUs? The answer is no. Because there's no campaign, and it's just, I think it's just too difficult. It's too big a map, too many players. It just can't be consistently done. Now I may get Call of Duty. That may be different. It does have a campaign. I'll make mine out over the week, but I won't get Call of Duty straight away because I don't like benchmarking games when they've just come out, because basically in 10 days, yeah, it's all incorrect because they update the game, fix bugs in it, and all your benchmarks you've done is no longer any good. Sound wise, I've not had any stuttering, any crackle. Seems to be okay. In that part of the game. And again, this was my system. I've been testing on, set up. It could be different for someone else. We're still running on Windows 10. I'm not gone over to Windows 11 yet. I will do with the Elder Lake when it comes, and I should test it again. So now we've got the charts. We just took these numbers by, basically we just stop the action somewhere where there's a lot going on and took the numbers down. At the end of the day, again, you've got to remember we are on single player co-op map and we're fighting against bots. There's not 128 bots on this map. Where there will be when you're playing multiplayer. On the proper map, there's 128 players. So that's going to be a lot different at the end of the day. But you can play the old Battlefield maps through the portal, or some of them. And Battlefield 4 or 3, I don't think Battlefield 1 was on there. And I think a lot of people were playing those instead of actually playing 2042. Okay, that's enough of me nattering. I hope you enjoyed the video, and if you do, give me the thumbs up and please comment below, and I will see you in the next one, which should be an Elder Lake review. Laters all, have fun.